Well, I want to start off by just thanking you for joining us tonight, or if you're watching this later on, thanks for taking the time to just watch it. I've met Amy a few years ago, and we met, we connected, but kind of separate paths, and God kind of has brought us together over the last couple months, and it's just been really a great connection. My name is Char, and I also live here in Southern Iowa. And I want to start out by telling you a little bit about myself and our story and our journey so far with Life Vantage. I am a mom with four kids. I have ages 13, 12, 9, and 6. We do a collaborative model school. So we go to the academy a couple days a week and a couple days homeschooling. And I also teach PE for the lower grades there, and I do kids ministry at our church that my husband's a pastor of. So super busy, definitely not looking for anything extra to add to my life. However, our lives kind of got a little disrupted on New Year's Day of this last year. My son was playing over at somebody's house, and their dog leaped off the couch and attacked his face. And it really did some damage right underneath his eye. It grabbed the under eyelid and the drainage duct. And so we spent our New Year's Day over in Iowa City at the Children's Hospital, and he ended up going in for reconstructive surgery on his eye. And so, yeah, there you can see the before picture before he went in for surgery. We'd got it all cleaned up, and that is what we sent him into surgery looking like. And, when he was in surgery, we sat out in the waiting room and we just kept praying to God, God, please don't let this little child have this nasty scar for the rest of his life. Once we found out that his whole eye was totally okay, it's just the scarring that became a concern. God, please don't let him have this scar for the rest of his life. Well, fast forward just a couple days when we get home, Amy sends a message to check on Alex and offers to bring him some collagen. She says, I have some collagen. Would it be all right? I think it might help him. And as most of us as parents, you'll try anything for your kids. And so, of course, we started giving him the collagen. And the side-by-side picture is about 7 weeks after he started the collagen. Other than being red from new skin, you can't see a scar on the child's eye. And it's just mind-blowing to see how God has used Life Vantage and Amy in our lives to really honestly answer a prayer that we had. He will probably have no scar by the time that we are all the way done. He still takes collagen. But here soon he won't need to, and his scar is really just vanished. And so this really was my catalyst into what is this? And I need to know more for my life. And so I really just appreciate Amy offering to step in and offer something that she believed so wholly in. And now it's become a real adamant part of our lives and something that I am incredibly passionate about talking about and sharing because it's helped our life so drastically.
Mm. Wow. Thank you so much, Shar, for sharing. And it's almost like I'm speechless because I sit here and I listen to you authentically share your story, and I can resonate so much with my own story. And so I'm going to just stop sharing again, and hopefully give me a thumbs up. Ooh, my computer is doing some weird things right now. Give me a thumbs up if I'm sounding clear, and if I'm not, please let me know. Am I good? Am I here? Oh, geez. Hold on. Okay, I think I got my internet fixed, so here we go. I just appreciate hearing stories like that, and there's so many more. And so like Shar said, thank you for tuning in. I know that your time is very precious and valuable, and everybody seems to be super busy these days, but this is just going to be some valuable information. So I want to jump right into it. What Shar was talking about is a company that I partnered with back in 2016. I had actually been introduced by my mother-in-law a year prior, and I was not ready to hear the information. Has anybody ever been there where you're just like not ready for it? But I'm really glad it's working for you. That's kind of what I told her. I was so ecstatic to see her life radically changed by what you're about to hear. And it was truly miraculous what happened for her. But I was young and busy and just having babies and just trying to figure life out. And I didn't know what I didn't know. But I'm so thankful that she was persistent. And she brought me and my husband to see a cardiologist talk. It was a 4 hour, 4.5 hour one-way drive. We got up super early. We went and heard these people talk. And that for me was my defining moment, where I thought, oh my goodness, this doctor's standing up here. And he literally said, I have been able to help more people proactively with what this technology can do than I ever could reactively as a doctor. So for me, that's what I needed to hear. And that was when I decided, okay, I need to get out of my own way. And if this is true, I actually have to start sharing this with people. I feel an obligation. So I just started organically sharing, and 8 years later, it's radically transformed our lives. So let me dive into this and start sharing with you, what is this and how does it work and what's it all about? Okay, there we go. Again, bear with me. Technology and me do not get along. So we're with LifeVantage and we like to take it, right? We like to take it, we like to feel what it does, and we like to share it. And we like to see what it does too, much as the case for Char's son. So I want to tell you the history of where this all started, okay? So, because I think that that's really, really important. We didn't just show up one day, decide to market something fancy, throw it on shelves, and have a lot of flashy lights. This actually, the journey of LifeVantage and what you're going to learn about Protandim NRF2, it started back in the 1960s with a world-renowned scientist who was studying free radical biology. Does anybody out there know what free radicals are? Okay. That was just a new concept back then. And he was really starting to learn and understand how we are damaged by free radicals. And essentially, he spent 40 years in a lab trying to unlock our bodies to defend themselves better and ultimately age slower against this toxic hacking that's always happening to our cells. And so what you can see is this is a little picture right here where, after 40 years, he found a breakthrough, and it wasn't in pharmaceuticals. He tried that because he was a doctor. It was in herbs. It was in 5 natural herbs that were used in micro doses that work synergistically to activate the body. So essentially what that says is oxidative stress, if you see this chart, oxidative stress is on one end, right, going up and down, and your age is on the bottom. Now, as we age, people's oxidative stress goes up significantly. And that's what we start to see, these age-related diseases, problems, and you kind of see what they call that red line of death. It's just not good. The quality of life goes down as that oxidative stress line goes up. But what they found with this doctor's breakthrough is that after taking Protandim, it didn't matter if you were 20 or 80, the oxidative stress levels stayed the same. They did not increase with age. And so that is the claims that we can make as a company, is that on average, Protandim Nerve 2 reduces oxidative stress by an average of 40% in just 30 days. Now, I want you to understand what oxidative stress is, how it works. But for me, what's really cool is this doctor, he discovered this, he formulated it, he put it on store shelves, and it was really hard for people to buy because they didn't understand at that time what free radicals were, what oxidative stress was. They didn't understand why this little yellow pill was $50 a bottle right next to vitamin C that was 10. So it didn't really go anywhere. It's hard to bring new breakthrough research to market. But one person that really helped be a catalyst for this was back in 2005, ABC Primetime did an expose. They did an investigative report on this doctor and the claims he was making because they didn't believe it. Nobody in the world had ever been able to make these claims before, and they just were like, this is unheard of. So they went in and they did a blood test. And I really think it's important that you see this the way that I saw it so that you can understand that this has a much deeper story than just us trying to tell you, hey, take this stuff, right? So let's tune in. Let's see what they did back in 2005. And I just want you to pay attention to the things that oxidative stress is related to in our bodies start thinking about what that means for you, for your family, and also recognize that what it did there for John Quinones is doing in every single human every single day for the rest of our lives. So tune in, take a look, and see what I saw.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock with just a few pills? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig.
Dr. McCord, okay.
I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist.
This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding, huh?
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Can you scoop? Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandim for the company. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. And I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
All right. So I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old to wish I had taken it too. So that is a lot of information. Yes, that is old, but it is still so incredibly valuable, because like I said, the reality is this is still working for people. So after people saw that ABC investigative report, $5 million worth of orders came in on speculation of what it could do inside people's bodies. And the problem was that this doctor didn't have the infrastructure. He didn't have enough out there to really get into the hands of people. It wasn't surviving on store shelves. And so, because when you walk into a store, right, there's just tons of different product. And vitamin C is $10 and this is $50. And what I mean, I'm just going to go back to what I know, right? Because that's easier. This is what I've been trained in. So in 2009, they pulled that off the store shelves and they put it into the hands of the people because that ABC report was so incredibly powerful, for just showing that proof that even when John Quinones's blood went down 45% in just 2 weeks. Can you imagine what it's doing in your blood? So what is this? What is the problem? The problem is oxidative stress and free radicals that are causing damage to trillions and trillions of cells. And this is going to hit me differently than it's going to hit you because of my genetic predisposition, right? So what you see on this chart on the left is this is the root. And then for some people like my husband, the reason why we ever really took a solid look at it was, some people, oxidative stress is going to show up in the heart, in heart problems, and high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, and all these different issues that are diagnosis for, trying to prevent heart attacks, all these different things, right? Well, they were trying to put my husband on prescription medications when he was 18 years old because of his father's history and losing his father when he was just a baby to a massive heart attack. That was devastating for his mom. And that's why his mom was so persistent with us when she found out that the American Heart Association had published research on this product, this actual product. And so that was like the first thing that piqued my interest. But then I started realizing, oh my goodness, oxidative stress is present in the skin, in different kidney problems. Anybody have joint problems out there? Oxidative stress. Lung issues, brain issues. When I was in my undergrad, I worked in an Alzheimer's unit and I was actively doing research to try to figure out what was the latest drug that could help with Alzheimer's. Is there a cure that could be out there? Well, later on in life, I learned about natural approaches and how to be proactive, preventative, and learning that there's actual research with our patented product that is done in tandem with Alzheimer's. Like that to me was a huge thing to see. If I could help people proactively, yes, I would want to. I'd want to do that for my brain. But not only just Alzheimer's, other things with the brain. People that are struggling with migraines, people that have ADHD, autism, all that brain function. There's so much. And the common denominator in all of it is oxidative stress. And then you keep going, the immune system, blood vessels, multi-organ, even eyes. And so guys, this isn't just me saying this. If you look on the right, it's the National Library of Medicine. It's called pubmed.gov. This is where your doctors go for to validate all research, to check and see if anything's out there. We have over 27 peer-reviewed published studies out there, and most of them are published on PubMed. You can just type in Protandim and it's there. But if you were to type in just oxidative stress, you're going to find over 300,000 studies of oxidative stress being a root issue in a disease process. So what I'm going to sit here and tell you tonight is not that we're going to cure, treat, prevent, mitigate any of the diseases out there. Okay, that's not our claim. Our claim is that we can reduce oxidative stress in everybody by 40% in 30 days, just 30 days, and continue for your entire lifespan to live with lower oxidative stress. Not an outside-in approach, not putting band-aids on all these issues, not directing all of our energy to, will it fix this problem I have? Well, how much better do you think that problem would be if you were living and pulled that oxidative stress out by the root? That's what we are talking about. I hope that that's helping you. So why do we have oxidative stress? look around us. This is something that makes me so incredibly passionate because I believe we were all here for a purpose. We are all here in this day and age for a reason. And unfortunately, we cannot control how toxic the world is around us at all times. We can't live in a bubble, right? But what I get excited about is that God knew that we would be living in this time, in this place. And I believe He has given us tools and gifts to be able to use to help our bodies function better while we're here. And that's what I think Pro Tandem is, because there's insane amounts of chemicals, right? Herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, the things that are in our food if we don't grow it from our own dirt. In general, just having a bad diet, smoking and alcohol, air pollution, poor sleep. Who has poor sleep? I hear this on a daily basis. High levels of stress. It's coming at us hard. Exercise. I don't even have up here, but EMFs. Anybody wondering about what those bad boys are doing to our cells? We will be dead and gone. Our children will find the evidence of what the EMF radiation is actually doing. But that stuff is all inevitable. And so how do we start to feel? Well, the reality is we're all starting to feel older faster. And that's not good, especially when we have so much technology out there that should be helping us feel better. And I'll tell you, I am the prime example. Before I was 30, I was terrified to turn 30 because I felt so old as a 20-year-old. I just didn't know what I didn't know, right? But I had had, I had had my second baby. We were working lots of crazy hours, just trying to have enough to get through the month. And, just survival mode is really what it felt like. And the reality is, I was living with chronic fatigue. And that's the top thing of how do we feel when we have high levels of oxidative stress. I had chronic fatigue. I didn't know what was happening inside my body, but I was kind of getting scared. But I don't know about y'all, but as a mom, I just kind of pushed myself aside and I was worried more about my husband and worried about more about my kids than anybody. Does anybody else relate to that? But I had no energy. My husband understood me as the queen of naps. Like I scheduled my clients around naps. For those who don't know, I was a behavioral health intervention specialist. So I worked with children and families and I poured my heart and soul into it. But when I came home after doing that, I had nothing left to give to my family and I was not a good mom. And that was really hard for me. I struggled with brain fog. That was a big thing. I was drinking some wild energy drinks, y'all, and it was not serving me well. And I don't know, it follows with a crash. It doesn't fix the problem. But then you might have lack of concentration, aches and pains, sick often. I get texts like that often. "Oh, we just keep getting sick. Maybe your stuff will help." Well, maybe, because I think you need to actually fix the cell to be well. And so many more things. I also would get a monthly big headache, and I just didn't know what to do about that. So after activation, I'm not kidding you guys, in that first month, my body started to work as it should. This isn't the case for everybody, that they don't just feel it. But for me, I really started to feel it, and I stopped taking naps. That was huge. I had been taking naps for years with my chronic fatigue, and it stopped, and it was really amazing to get my quality of life back. And now to be over halfway through my 30s and feeling better than I did halfway through my 20s. To me, that's just an absolute gift that has to be shared. So this is what Pro Tandem NRF2 Synergizer is. And guys, I go into this detail because it's a paradigm shift. It is not a supplement, it is an activator. We are the activation company on purpose. Because if you can activate what God put in your body naturally to work for you better, then you're going to need a lot less of the other things, right? And I get this often. People on an arm's list of medications, different supplements, they get activated and their body requires less of everything else. And their levels start to go back to normal. They start to function better. They start to feel better. And these are the claims that Pro Tandem can make publicly. We're a public traded company. We can say this to the world and not get in trouble. We can lower that really bad thing, oxidative stress, by 40% in 30 days. Who wants that? Who wants that guarantee for the rest of your life to have blood like a 20-year-old? We can do that because we increase SOD by 30%, which is huge. It's an antioxidant enzyme. Catalase by 54%. And then our master, This is the master antioxidant enzyme in your body. This is the second most prevalent molecule in your body aside from water, glutathione. Now, there's a lot of people that are out there that are using synthetic glutathione to supplement with, okay? Why take synthetic when your body's designed to make it, right? There's people that do glutathione injections. There's a time and place for that, but I don't believe naturally that you should be doing that every single day, right? We can increase that by 300%. And the doctor made comment that he's like, I can't guarantee this can extend your life, but they did a 10-year federally funded study, and it was the only natural product on the planet that has ever been proven to extend lifespan in mice. That's pretty significant. So in addition, we are BSCG approved. So if you have professional athletes, Olympians, people in the sports world that can only take like the tiniest approved list of anything, this is on that list. So nobody can get in trouble for taking it. It's safe, it's clean, it's effective, it's NSF certified. And what's really cool is these 5 ingredients that are in micro doses. You can't over supplement with this because again, it's not a supplement. It's just used in this perfect blend. Like it took 40 years to perfect, right? They didn't just throw this together one day. If you go into Costco and you get a bunch of pills, you're like, wow, there's so much of everything in here, right? Like you're getting so much. It's like throwing spaghetti on a wall and hoping it sticks. What this is doing is it's that perfect key that goes into your cells and it unlocks it so that your body can go to work for you. That's all that it's doing. It's unlocking your body to work. It's turning on the sprinkler systems in your house to put the flames out. And that's why I get so excited. If you go to the research articles, you can type in Protandem, and you can read any of these. I get really excited about them. I'm a research geek, but I would just tell you the research is done. It works. I mean, it's really cool. I can go into great detail on that another time. But to drive this point further, because this is a paradigm shift that it takes time to really let this sink in. We have been conditioned to supplement. Make your rich antioxidant smoothies, put your powders in, take all these pills. If you're reducing oxidative stress, supplementation will never get you there. It is a 1-to-1 ratio. It's outside in approach, which we still need to do good things for our body, but it's not going to do what Protandem can do because you would have to literally consume, and you can take your pick, which picture you want up there. I vote oranges. Maybe I can juice 400 oranges a day, but 500 cups of broccoli, 110 cups of blueberries, 120 vitamin C tablets. One pill of Protandem can do 1 to 1 million free radicals every second throughout the day. And your body is producing trillions of these bad boys, and you need to be activating that to really put those flames out. So you can look over here and be like, yeah, I probably can't do that. Or you can look over at the NRF2 activation, turning on your God-given pharmacy. And in 2015, Washington State University said this quote, they made a summary about NRF2 activation, and they said it's potentially the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. That's a pretty profound statement. And I get really, really excited because it takes about 20 years for this kind of information to become common knowledge. And that's why I love bringing it to people every day. So being the activation company, we didn't stop there. We started implementing other activators for our daily life. And another one is Axio. This is designed for our brain because who else out there needs help with their brain? I'll tell you, I needed it. And this was the second product that I implemented. I got started right away with like a few products, and this was one of them because coffee wasn't cutting it and those energy drinks were killing us. And so I'll tell you, for 8 years, I have been drinking my Axio. I'll have a regular one in the morning. The dragon fruit is my jam for life. I hope and pray it never goes away. But that will wake me up, and it's literally, it's like I could snap my fingers and I am just clear, I'm alert, and I'm ready to go. It's like I need a mug that says, don't talk to mama until this is gone, right? Or maybe I need to put it on my big drink. Because what I love is one of these packets can fill my entire Stanley cup. I love that. I get so much water right away in the morning, and it tastes delicious, and my brain gets activated. So what is it? It's a nootropic with active ingredients that just help with your energy, your clarity, your focus. And here's a spelling test with one of my friend's kids. And I'm going to show you my daughter's spelling test from just this past week, really quickly here. So if you stack some of our products together, like get to the root of the oxidative stress, help your body detox, then turn on the switch in your brain, some really cool things can happen. And that's exactly what this neuroscientist did for one of his patients, a 16-year-old boy diagnosed with ADD. And if you look on the brain scans, he did brain mapping. On the left of these scans, you can see the hot spot in the front, right? Just that frontal lobe is just not a good thing to have. You want it all green. He had that red spot. And then on the bottom, the coherence, you can see on the left, all those just everywhere. Does anybody look at their kid and be like, oh yeah, they probably are tracking like that, or maybe I'm tracking like that, right? Anybody guilty of that? I'll tell you, that was me, and I can see it in my own daughter. And then after taking these activators for just 2 weeks, they redid the brain mapping, and on the left side, it was clear, and they could see it. He could feel it. It was an absolutely incredible change. Now, here's my own little test. And I'm telling you, I wasn't doing this on purpose even. I'm a homeschool mom now, came home from my day job to Share Life Vantage full time. And I was just getting frustrated one day, just this past week with my daughter, because she was like jumping up and down, bouncing all over. She was just in this room, like she's just incredibly energetic. And we were trying to do a spelling test and it just was not working. So I said, pause, you haven't had your Axio yet. So I said, go take a drink of your Axio. She drank all of it. I walked out of the room for 15 minutes just to take a mom break. And I gave her no coaching. And I came back and I gave her those words again and the sentences again. And look at on the right side how much better she did. Like, yes, there's a lot of scribbling on there because she knew like she had gotten them wrong and she was trying to, but she spaced correctly. You know, her handwriting was neater. Her sentences started where they belonged. I didn't tell her any of those things. And that to me just shows that mental clarity. Axio works. Just like Protandim, it activates the body. The final product I want to go into detail on a little bit for you is collagen. Why collagen? I did not realize how big of a deal collagen was. And I didn't realize that after 30, I really, really needed it. But it's an incredibly important protein that makes up a lot of our body. It's like the glue that holds us together, okay? Does anybody feel like their glue's falling apart just a little bit these days? So a lot of people are like, okay, there's a lot of marketing on collagen. I probably need to get on collagen. So what do? You walk into places like Costco, those big box stores, and you see collagen right there in front of your face. It's not that expensive. You can get it in powder. You can mix it in and choke it down. It doesn't taste great. The reality is, if you get a powder collagen, you're only absorbing about 10, maybe up to 30% of it. Because no matter how much you dissolve it into that water, it is not hydrolyzed. It is not broken down. And what you want collagen to do is to be absorbed into your cells. You want those cells to just suck it right up and utilize all of it. So that's why we go above and beyond making a liquid hydrolyzed collagen, chopped up into tiny pieces, and your body just completely eats it all up. Over 90% absorption. So everything that you're investing into it, your body is utilizing instead of flushing down the toilet, which I hate to break it to you, most supplements are doing that too. So what separates our collagen from the others? Well, we're the activation company, okay? We activate. Where everybody else on the market, I can tell you there's not another person out there that can claim the activation that we have. They replenish, they put good stuff back in, which is necessary. But we activate, we replenish, and maintain. Our activator is ruby red quinoa. It is an incredible secret ingredient that activates gene expressions to boost your collagen production by 5%. How cool is that? Those gene expressions are listed there. But if you remember, Protandim activated a gene called SOD by I don't know, a small percentage, which was good. We want that. This activator in collagen boosts our SOD production by 2,700%. That is so cool. And catalase by 202%. So when you pair it together with Protandim, you're getting even more activation power in helping your body clean up some of that free radical damage that's happening. And then it helps turn off the bad genes that degrade our collagen production. So that's such a cool active ingredient. I'm guarantee you, if you went and looked at your bottle, it's not in your other products. So you can see here this little picture. We don't just take, we make. And on week 0, you can see the collagen density is about 30% or 30.5, not percentage, but you can see that there's a lot of black, and black means low collagen density, right? And then at the end of 8 weeks, you can see the density of the yellow has significantly increased. What's really cool is, oh, I don't have that picture in here. I'll show you in a little bit. We replenish our collagen with fish collagen peptides. There's 10 types of collagen in this product, not just 1 or 2. This is significant. And I want you to pay attention to this because most competitors just have a couple types of collagen in there. And so they're really addressing the vanity, okay? The hair, skin, and nails, right? We're addressing, like everything else that we do, the root, the depth, the reason why we need collagen. And we start to rebuild from the inside out. And then we maintain with those beautiful citrus berry extracts to slow the breakdown of our existing collagen, to help give that healthy glow back. So what's not in it? Like all of the products that we promote, no added sugar, sweeteners, non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, and soy-free. That is such a huge claim we want to stick by. So like I showed you before, the 8-week clinical results significantly increased all these good things for our skin. But this is what got me really excited. I think everybody should be on Protandim Nerve 2, non-negotiable. But then we took in liquid collagen and we put them together because whenever you're taking products, you should always test if they work together. There's a lot of products on the market. People are taking a whole bunch of stuff and they're actually counteracting each other, shutting each other down. You have to be so careful about what you put in your body together. And everything that we market, we've tested together. When they put these together, it increased collagen density by 100%. 100%. That is just absolutely incredible. The depths of the crow's feet by 22%. Skin roughness decreased and continued to see all these other benefits. Plus, you're reducing your oxidative stress. So I just want you guys to wrap your heads around this, but let's quickly look at a few before and after pictures. I mean, literally 7 days on the left, and that was 30 days on the right of just the change in necks. You know, skin's great, right? But can you imagine how they feel on the inside? Kim on the left here, her face completely changed after 15 days, but even more so, her report was that when she added collagen into her regimen, she said it was her little bottle of joy. She had been suffering from some just trauma and grief, and she said this helped her brain get back out of her fight or flight mode and bring back the joy. And we actually have scientific evidence that was done that showed that it slowly turns off the gene expression that's the fight or flight after trauma happens to us. That's the kind of research we have here. We love how the eyes start to shine. Your eyes are made up, the white part is made up of so much collagen, and people's eyes just start to glow. The legs before and after collagen, I know these ladies, Maria on the left and Dr. Nancy Bryan on the right. They have amazing looking legs. 30 days, 60 days. Again, all of these are just really short after taking it. And I tell everybody, if you're going to activate with collagen, you need to take these before and after pictures. You won't even believe it. This lady on the left, Cindy, she said that people were accusing her of getting cheek fillers. She's like, yeah, nope, just took my collagen. That's what she did. Super funny. And then April on the right, aging backwards. So Renee on the left, again, she's aging backwards. We had another friend who was having a year of what we'll call long haul, and she just was not getting better, and she got activated with Nerf 2 and collagen, and she's just so thankful. So that is what people are seeing. If they're seeing this on the outside, how do you imagine they feel on the inside? This is one of our newest products. I love it because there's a lot of people out there trying to find ways to just really address skin issues and slowing that aging. And True Renew is our daily firming complex that combats 11 visible signs of aging. It uses the same activation technology that I just talked to you about. And we also say it's a better than retinol alternative. So for those of you who are in the skincare world, skin junkies, I really want you to be take a look at this, go investigate this. We are also relaunching an entire skincare line this month in just a week. It's going to be relaunching, and I'm just so excited for all of the benefits that we're starting to see because skincare is healthcare. It is our first line of defense, and we don't need to be putting junk on it. We want to be putting good stuff on it to help slow the oxidative stress that's happening to our skin, right? It's our first line of defense. So here's our activation lineup. There's a lot up there, but I want to encourage you, go back to the person that invited you to take a look at this information and ask them, like, where do you think I should get started? Here's my issues. This is kind of what I want to address. What do you think? Or maybe you're the person who's like, I want to rip everything out of my cabinet and start fresh with something that's clean and that works. And that's literally what I did. I jumped in, I got all of it in a big pack, and I was like, I'm going to clean up everything. I'm going to clean up my hair care. I'm going to clean up my skin care. I'm going to stop the guesswork. And I'm just so thankful. It's become part of our daily life now. So I want to finish up by telling the whole story. Honestly, 80% of my entire business after doing this for 8 years is just happy customers. We genuinely just want people to make an informed choice over their health and get healthy. And so if that's you, get healthy. But maybe there are a few people out there that are thinking, hey, I want to share this. I could Rolodex 10 people right now that had those issues on the oxidative stress circle. What would their quality of life look like if we could help them? And so I just want to encourage you just to know if you are looking for something, maybe you're like me. I was living in a 2-bedroom apartment when I got introduced to this with 2 kids and a husband, and we were barely making it through the month. And I honestly didn't know a thing about selling. I was in social work. I was like, this is laughable. But one thing I knew was I am passionate. If I believe truly that something can help somebody, I'm going to tell them about it. And that's where I live. Like y'all need to know Jesus and you need to know how to activate your body. And those are some very important things right there. And so I tell people about what I'm passionate about and what I believe truly to my core will help them. And so it was kind of a no-brainer that I would sign up and share this with people. I didn't expect it to completely change my life for the better too. But if you fast forward a couple years into sharing this, I was able to go walk away from my day job and be a mom. I was able to give my kids the best of me instead of the last burnt ends of me. And then it kind of grew from there. I eventually was able to start homeschooling. We were able to buy an acreage and start homesteading and kind of doing the things that we dreamed to do. And that just started with one step, one decision, a fearful decision, mind you, to just pick a pack. We picked a pack. We got the business pack. I was scared to death. And then we just plugged in. And I didn't realize that I would be surrounded by a community of people that truly cared and wanted me to succeed. I never had that as much as I have experienced it here. And then we just picked a stack. We're like, okay, what can we commit to taking every day for ourselves? And I committed to becoming a product of the product. I already knew what it was doing for me, but I wanted to be consistent because I was not a good pill taker and I needed to shape up and get better. And I'm glad that I did because every day I'm getting hijacked by these toxic things around me. Every day I need to be putting my cellular armor on. And that's the mindset that I approach this with. I'm going to breathe oxygen for the rest of my life. I better be drinking water and taking this pill, right? So then we started to share it. And it is a beautiful side income. And honestly, we meet people where they're at. And you can decide what do you want out of this? And what you put into it is what you get out. We have no assets, no overhead. When they took it off the store shelves, they took away all the overhead and they started giving it back to the people who were sharing it. How beautiful of a gift that is. We don't have employees. I'm not going to be anybody's boss. I'll be your mentor. I'll be your friend. I'll encourage you. We can work from anywhere. I've often gotten messages and they're like, oh, I bet you're so busy. I'm like, no, I'm just riding in a car. I can work. It's okay. We have a customer customer service call center who helps us with literally anything and everything. And we have tax benefits, and we are a debt-free company. Debt-free, publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. How many companies have you investigated that can say that? Plus, we have Erin Brockovich sitting on our board of directors, and she loves these products. So I get really excited about that. Our community, man, these are the best people on earth. They truly want you to become better. So I'll end with this. Because we are a public company, we have to disclose our income earnings, okay, every year. And I'm still waiting for the updated version from last year, but this is just essentially like everybody comes in at rank 1, right? And based on how many people you have on subscription each month, your business grows. And we started at the bottom, or the top, I guess, consultant. And I'll never forget though, that first time that I had a paycheck that was $500, and I was like, whoa, I might be making a difference here. And my husband looked at me, he's like, whoa, you might be actually doing a real thing over here. And that just continued to grow. And God has been just so amazing in the people he's brought into our lives, what we've been able to pour into people. And in this business, the more people you help, the more that you're able to be helped. It's just, that's how it goes. You can't go up without helping a lot of people. And so we are sitting at that rank of executive consultant 1 right now. And it's been a gift and a blessing. And I would encourage you to pick out, where would you want to be in 30 days? If you wanted to share this with people, or 60 days, what would you want to do with this? So I hope this was helpful information to you. I hope that you decide to take it and feel it, because that's really what we want. We want people to take it and feel it. And then if you decide to, share it. And we love to have fun, we make money, and we're truly making a difference. And I can say that with just pure, genuine authenticity. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Again, get back with the person that invited you to listen tonight, and just ask the hard questions so that they can help them get answered. It will take just tons and tons of time off of your plate.